Hey y'all, welcome again to Soul and Wedding Legacies. I'm so sorry it's been a long time, guys. We've had a lot going on because we are actually in the process of moving from our apartment to our new house. And that's why I haven't been on lately. So, of course, change of plans. We're not talking about my husband because he's at work. So, I am going to talk about checklists. Checklists are super important, especially if you're planning your wedding 1 year, 2 year out in advance, or even 3 years, because it keeps you on track. And wedding planners love these types of tools because it keeps us on track for our clients as well. Like, I just started planning a wedding for a client, which their wedding is going to be in November, which congratulations you guys if you're watching. And it's just an easier way to help us get things done. I mean, step by step, little by little is the easiest to go when you're planning your wedding. Like, it'll say, okay, from month 24 to 12, you do this, this, and this. You figure out this. You book all this. Then from the 12th month to the 9th month, you start doing this stuff until you reach the final day, okay? So these checklists are very important. Now, another list that is important is your budget. The budget list helps you stay within your means. It helps you stay financially conscious of what you can actually afford. Because no wedding planner, in their right or wrong frame of mind, would want you to spend more than what you've budgeted for. And that's part of our job, is I create your budget based off of, say, $16,000, and I try to even it out between the groups. But ultimately, it is my job and every other wedding planner and coordinator's job to try to get it exactly with that $16,000 or a little bit lower as best as we can. And if some things cost more than others, then we have to be more lenient on the other sections in order to stick with your budget. So that is super important. Now, seating charts. You can go one way or the other with seating charts. I prefer table numbers. Oh, guys, let me tell you, table numbers work better than name place cards. And what you do with the table numbers is you number all the tables and you put the names on the chart on where you want everybody. And then you can do something decorative, like you can do like picture frames and spray paint them with your colors and put the people that are in each table within those frames so that they know, oh, I'm sitting at this table. Okay, and then in that sense, you would normally do this if you're doing buffet style though. But if you're doing like where servers serve you your food, you do have to do the place cards. You can still do that idea, or people can go find their place cards. Pretty simple and pretty awesome. But I honestly like, especially if it's in an outdoor wedding and windy, or in the windy months, I suggest doing just the table numbers and buffet style as your catering option. It's easier on all your vendors and the bride and groom, of course. It's easier on you and your guests. But if it is indoor, you can do the place cards. Just make sure that you have them separated with the names in the correct order for those of us that decorate for you, because it makes it a lot easier for us. Oh, it's a beautiful day out, guys. Sorry about the dog barking. So, that's that. And the final checklist that I mainly get together and figure out is the timeline. The timeline is super, 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 super important, because that's what keeps all us vendors on track. It helps us to decide what we need to do to keep it on track. But I mean, all us vendors need to work together to create that timeline. So that's why it's important to then give us the offset list of the vendor list for your coordinators and wedding planners. That way we can stay in contact with all the vendors so that our timelines align. If they do not align, things will not go well and we'll all be butting heads. That's why after I'm done with the finalizing of the timeline, I send it to the venue coordinator, the photographer, and the DJ, because they're the main ones that I work with, and any help that I have. So that's important. Going back to the timeline. So I pretty much start with the number slots. I start with the basic stuff, like when the ceremony starts, when the cocktail hour starts, when the reception starts, when the end of the night is. Then I plug in when all my vendors get there. After that, I plug in everything else in between that I need to do or what needs to be done, like decorating, when rentals get here, checking on my bride and groom, when special dances happen and songs, procession, all that stuff will be entered in the correct time frame. Because each event during the event has specific time frames, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour, 45 minutes, depending on all my vendors. I talk with them, make sure everything's good, or if I missed anything. So I send them the draft so that everyone looks it over and we say, okay, we're all matching. I even send it to my bride and groom so that they know what's going on. And if they give the okay and all my vendors have nothing more to add, I then do up the last final, and put it in my little book. Super simple, super easy, guys. And that's how a wedding planner, the bride, the groom, and the vendors all stay in sync and stay organized during a crazy time, whether it's 2 years down the road, 1 year, or even 6 months to 3 months. I've done a 2-month planning of a wedding. Now that was fun, you guys, because I had to find several vendors, get the timeline charts all done, and it was a beautiful wedding. Actually, if you go on my website, you can go and see the pictures that were taken in Tupac. And they were a very sweet couple. Very, very sweet. And I love Tupac Golf Resort and Spa. Lovely, beautiful golf course and venue to have your wedding. And they've got a beautiful chapel. So that's my spotlight venue for today. So, all right. So we will see if I do a May video, because we are actually moving into our house May 9th. So I might get to it, I might not, because it's depending on if everything's unpacked in time. But if not, we will see you guys in June with my next video. Hopefully I can get my husband on and me and him will talk about just stuff about marriage life, some ideas and what we've learned in these past 3 years of our marriage that might help all the brides and grooms out there. So stay tuned for that. See you guys later. Bye.